Welcome to the third part of Human AI Masterclass. And I know it's going to be a very wonderful time for you. So getting straight to the business of the day. As a way of introduction, I want you to know that this session is meant for academic writing because there are a couple of things that I'm going to touch and it's going to really be punchy. So today's exercise is designed, to equip you with the essential skills for effectively integrating artificial intelligence, that's AI, into the process of writing academic research. Now the goal is to leverage the power of AI also while we ensure that your output remains original, humanized, and academically sound. So, at the end of this, it is expected that when you complete the exercise for today, you are going to, master 3 essential skills for modern academic work. Remember that AI is everywhere, so I'm here to just teach you effectively how you can use it without your work being AI detected. Now, number 1 is how to generate your academic work very fast and also have original content. It's one thing to generate your work very fast and it is not original. It is another thing to generate your work original and it is not fast. So this is going to help you to do it fast, original content. So as an outcome here of this, you are going to learn how to utilize AI for rapid initial drafting for academic content and then effectively humanize the text to ensure it is original and free from detectable AI patterns. You know that the language of writing AI generation is actually very detectable. When you take it to somewhere like Zero GPT, Quillbot, it will flag it. And I will recommend a couple of stuff for you as we continue in this episode. The second outcome here is that at the end of the study, you are going to understand how to reference and manage your citation. So you will acquire techniques to manage and verify references generated by AI tools and also ensuring all citations are original and legitimate. Most times AI will give you what is not even anywhere. You could bring a work in health and position it in social science. You could bring a work in architecture and position it in medicine. So that is where the human part comes into play, So when you verify that those references that are generated by AI tools, you will also ensure that all citations are original and legitimate and also avoid academic dishonesty. Trust me, when you put your work in any first quarter journal, if your work is AI, your work will be thrown out. There are some journals that once they flag that, there are even some supervisors, if you send an AI work to them, they will not review or make corrections because you don't expect human to make input to AI. So for me, if you give me an AI job, I will give you an AI review. You give me a human job, I'll give you a human review. All right, thirdly, in order for you to be free from copyright infringement, so you discover how to use AI to generate original images, that's your third outcome, and visuals for your research. And as well, you'll be able to avoid common pitfalls and issues related to copyright infringement. So to put this simply, if you didn't get what I said, I take this simply that you will learn to use AI to write academic content and make it original. Secondly, you will manage the AI generated references to ensure they are legitimate. And finally, you will use AI to create original copyright-free images for your research. So let's delve right into this. First, for our first part, I want to know that you are going to write. So where are we going to write? You write on Microsoft Word, right? So you open your Microsoft Word. So we have ours here. The second is that you want to use AI, right? So which of the AI are you choosing to use? I'll go with ChatGPT. I will still come to Gemini when it comes to the parts that I needed. For this part of writing, I go with ChatGPT. So I open up my ChatGPT. So I've got it open right here, right? But remember that when you get to start writing with AI, you actually need to, sign into the AI. So if you've not had an account, you might just need to log in. So at this point, I'm going to log into an account so that you see how it is being done. This is what you will see as you come in. So to log in, I say, if you have a different account, it's always good that when you are writing, you train your model using a specific account so that you don't be asking your model how to grill chicken and you come back and ask how to, write academic research that is not chicken related. So I log into another account, and for here I'm going to use my Google account, so I can just choose anyone here. So I continue with Google, and as I come, see I have a lot of emails, so I'll choose one here that I'm going to be using for this purpose. If you have been following the previous episodes that we have been taking you on this, there's been lessons on how you train your model, like you actually go and write at the back end how your model would behave. So if you did not follow that, I want you to go back. I don't want to repeat that. I want you to go back to those contents. If you are just joining the group, or if you are just joining now, you have to go back to the previous videos. But if you did not, fine, just drop the comment here, then I'll send you a link on how you can go back and watch those two videos. Okay, so now this is actually a new chart that we're going to open, but for this one, for the sake of some persons, let me just show you briefly. You personalize. When you come to personalize, you tell your AI how to behave. What I told mine is to respond formally with UK unverbose English language. So the responses should be analytic and adequate narrative text. You should have opinion on topics. Okay, so that is that. You may wish to train your own in a different way. And I gave you the background about who I am. I said, I am a university lecturer with PhD in architecture. I can talk about BIM. I'm interested in research. I'm aspiring to be a tenure track professor. I have set the goals to publish extensively and ethically to advance my career course. So you understand that this person is actually a researcher. Yours, you can say that you're a PhD candidate or an MSc candidate who is focused on researching and having novel and original outcomes. So that's how it goes. All right. So by the time you're done with this, you can actually close it, because whatever you write here will stay. You don't need to save or not save. You just can close that part. and the information is there, and your model knows you. So I come here in my new interface. So we are going to be doing today's exercise centered on waste management. So let's just say waste, right? Management. What about waste management? If you ask AI waste management on its own, trust me, it's going to bring a lot of things, and you don't have anything to talk about it. So now let's make it realistic, and we give it a prompt. Fine, I'm taking it that the person I'm talking to is doing a PhD or an MSc research. So I address it. I am, are you with me? I am carrying out a PhD research with my major focus. What's your major focus? So whatever your major focus is, you can drop that out. With my major focus hinged on finding solutions to what? The problem of waste management. In where? In, mention whichever location, but we take where in which metropolis? Uyo, Akah Ibom State. Maybe we take Uyo metropolis. In Akah Ibom State. So having done this, we can go ahead and set this question or this preamble out. Remember, we have given it a background that you're carrying out a PhD research with your major focus hinged on finding a solution or solutions, whichever, to the problem of waste management in Uyo, Akah Ibom State. Fine. So what do you want this AI to help you do? Because if you're just telling it that, it will not be able to do anything for you. So the next step of this, your prompt, would be my research assistant and my research assistant in finding relevant information to get me started while you also assist me in writing out my initial research proposal. Now, if your institution have given you the initial research proposal, this is the best time for you to give it that proposal. So you can go ahead and say the proposal starts with chapter 1 okay, we have chapter 1. The proposal starts with chapter 1, full stop, and the subsections are, you list your subsections. For this case, I'm going to use a hypothetical subsection. So it could be any subsection as your institution provides. So the subsection could be 1.1, which is background. This might seem like, what's he doing? You better stay on with me, because what you are about to experience here, remember we said we want to make it fast and original. Okay, so background to the study, and the next one is to what? 1.2. What's your 1.2? Research problem. And after that is 1.3. Aim and objectives. Remember, I said it's hypothetical, so your institutional guide might actually be the best thing to consult here, because it differs from institution to institution, but this is purely for this exercise. And 1.4 is what? Research what? Questions. And so on and so on and so on. We can go on and on and on and on, but let's take this few for this exercise and continue. We still have 1.5, 1.6, so 1.5, we can just add here etc. So ask it to continue the subsections as appropriate. Once again, I will give it another prompt. Use, if you are using UK English, you say use UK scholarly English. Now, what you're going to have here, it's going to be AI generated. So we just go ahead and send. All right. And the information is coming up. What next do we need with this? We are going to go to verify the level of this that is AI, so that we can continue. All right. We have some information here, and there's something that was not introduced in this work. We didn't ask it to provide in-text citation. So I will go back to this, my prompt, and edit it and say, after saying use UK scholarly English, and provide in text citations where necessary. Okay, having done this, as a disclaimer, I'm not telling you to use this and generate any work for your academic exercise. All I'm telling you to use this as a guide. So when you use this, it will give you idea and you even know where to start from, because in the first instance you didn't know where to start from. So when you now know where to start from, you can begin to plug in those ideas that come to your mind. And I will also tell you that in the course of this, okay? So I believe you are following me. So we can set this out. And after setting it out, let's see. We didn't tell it the style, so whichever, our reference manager is going to do that, but I've told it to provide in-text citations. As you can see, from chapter 1 introduction, we have 1.1 background to the study as we had advised it to. We get that instruction. And if you see, those things are already coming up here. So when you see something like this, PMC, blah, 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 the links shows that these things are actually, they are actually real. So let's go to the business of the day. I told you that at the end of this, you'll be able to generate original content, right? So we have generated up to, okay, it has given us even up to the end where we have even methodology. Okay, fine. So we take one section of this, which is the background to the study, and find out how original this is. But first of all, this is what I'm going to do. I'll copy chapter 1, background to the study, out from ChatGPT, and I'll move to Microsoft Word, and I drop it there. But that doesn't make it original. Remember, there are settings for the kind of font or whatever formatting that you might have to do, but you can always do that afterwards. So we paste this here, and this is directly from ChatGPT, and you see what you have here. All right, so we have that. I'm not going to touch anything from here, but the first thing I want us to do is to find out how this is going to be humanized. And you cannot look at it by yourself and just say it's humanized or not humanized. So the tool that you need here is Quillbot. So we come up here and open up our Quillbot by going to Google, and you type Quillbot AI checker. It will take you right straight to that Quillbot AI checker. If you have never opened it before, it will ask you to log in. So you log in with your email. This is it, and it's open, ready for use. So this is the page, and this tells us that you can get this work. I think the whole of this can be copied. Now we don't need this link anymore. We can always go back to ChatGPT to find out what is there, but that link shows you that that is where the reference that you have is coming from. So let's check how we can humanize this part of the work. We copy the whole thing and come to Quillbot, then paste it. See, the number of words already show up that we have 246 words. This can take as much as 1,200 words at a time. So it's left for you the content you want to put. Let's click the text, and as I've done that, it tells us that this is 100% human. What a fantastic output. So you see, at this stage, you can now come to managing your references. This is clear. There are some parts of this work you might put and it will not be 100%. But for this particular one, it has come out as 100% human because you gave it specific information, and because of how the prompt was designed. Have you seen human written? What here is saying what? 100%. This will not happen like this every time. There are times you will put it, and what will be your outcome will be maybe 50%, 70% AI. I will still show you that as we go. But at this stage, what we have got here is 100% human. So it means that my prompt was very clear, and this prompt gave it direction on how to go. So let's read what we have here and see how far we go. The background said rapid urbanization, demographic growth, and increased consumption patterns have placed considerable strain on municipal solid waste management system in Nigerian city. Okay, that's a general statement, you know, but that statement sounds like something that is, you know, has a note of finality. So if it has a note of finality, what it means is that that sentence should be cited. Who told you that rapid urbanization, demographic growth, and increased consumption patterns have placed considerable strain on municipal solid waste management system? You get the point. So if you just leave it like this, it is not, you know, justifiable, you know. So you copy this part of the work, and let us see those people who talked about that, because AI did not capture it. So we copy it and go to another tab here in my Google. Watch what I'm doing. Watch my cursor very well. I open a tab and I'm going to open another AI tool. Remember, I said it's going to be a combination of AI tools, and this is going to help you to cite originally. Remember, that portion of the work did not have a citation, and even though some other portions have, we will verify. So let us see who said that. We go to consensus AI. If you open consensus AI, which is very swift, and whenever you're doing this, make sure your internet is strong, because if you don't have strong internet, you won't be able to do it. As you just open, if you didn't log in, it will ask you to sign up. But I always advise sign in with your email so that it remembers, it has a history of whatever you've been doing. So you can come to this point and paste what we copied, which is the first sentence. And as you copy it, you press enter. Now, okay, let's see what we have here. Let's see whether consensus is working for us today or not working for us today. So it's telling me that I should upgrade or I should keep a free plan. Let's keep it free for now. All right. Okay. I cannot look at it now because I think we have exhausted the plan for now. So claim student, faculty, clinical. I hope you are following me. So we can use another account at this point. All right. Let's use another account at this point. All right. So far, if you are following me, go ahead and drop a comment. If you have a question, go ahead and drop your questions too, so that we can be taking it as we go on. All right. So that is it. That's it. I'm trying to open another consensus. Let's see whether this one can go. If it doesn't go, then we leave that one. So free, okay. This is saying that you may need to, 10 paper snaps per month, okay. So it means that we have limited this thing for it. So you can go ahead and, if you want a pro, you can go ahead and upgrade a pro and get it at only $10. But if not, there is another way to get this, right? So we copy this part of the work, which I said we should copy. My limit for that is exhausted, so I'm going to take you to another option here, which is just straight up go to Google and paste it. And as you paste it in Google, you search. Okay, so we are talking about rapid urbanization in the municipal, yes, in many cities in Nigeria. So looking at this, you can see the work in 2023 as a result of rapidly expanding Nigeria population, the problem of solid waste management in Nigeria's low-income neighborhood. Are you getting the point? So this work says something similar. Are you getting the point? Is someone following me? Okay, so I could just say let it show all, so that I see all the citations. And it has to be, you have to look for what is closer and say closer to your sentence. And this one is very close, because he says that as a result of the rapid expanding Nigeria population, while this one says rapid urbanization, demographic growth, demographic has to do with population. There has been a significant increase in the volume of, let's open this and read it together. There has been a significant increase in the volume of waste. So it's actually talking about, the paper is talking about solid waste already, and the person who wrote that work also said that. So let's check this site on whatever it is, whether it's an article, whether it's a site. But I see that it looks like a web page. So whatever it is, we are going to take it, and this is the link, right? So we copy that link. This would have been a bit more straightforward if we were using a consensus AI. But trust me, I love this, because there's always a way out when you want to do something. So I copy that. As soon as you copy, you move to another app, which I call my BIB. I'm going to wrap up just now, but I believe that with these few tips, if you practice and have questions, you can always hook up to me, my BIB. So my BIB opens here, and you create a new folder or a new name for the project you want to do. See, I already have 20 projects, and all of them have been loaded. Look at them. So I start a new project. This project is called Waste Management. You remember that I've not even talked about the title of this study. You know why it is advisable not to start with the title? You need to have a background of what you want to study, know the problem you want to solve. Then we can now work out the topic. But when you just jump on a topic, your topic might not contain the ingredients. So by the time you know the problem and set your aim, the aim will give birth to your title. So I call this waste management. And I want to add my references, but we want to select the type of style that we are going to use in this reference. If you want to use Harvard, depending on your institutional requirements, but I advise here that we use Akah 7th edition. If you click on Akah 7th edition, as I have just clicked, you save, and that will make every reference that comes into this reference manager to be Akah 7th edition. So what next? New reference. We copied a link, so I will paste that link here, and I left it at website. Do you know why I left it at website? Because if it were a journal, I would have also known, you know, but this looks a web link, so I paste that web link and search, and it has already shown me that it is credible. You know, it's credible. So what do? I click on it, and it's taking the work as a web content, right? And it has even given us the website, so it means that you can reference this work. And this is how work that comes from websites is being referenced in Akah style. Can you see? So I click on it, and it is already showing. So that's the stuff that you see there. Can you see? Can you see? And the work is actually online. If I click this point now in this my bib, it will take me to that work. Can you see? Can you see? That's it. So that's what I imply. So let me take this reference link and put here the way Akah does it. So you come here, it was an end text citation. So you come up here and drop it here. So at this point, that sentence is not, it's now seated. Even though it's, as it sounds final, somebody said it. And in Akah style, you don't need this JR, so you remove it. It's able. You get to 2023. And if you look at the timeline of when you are doing your research, always ensure that your research is not, the citations you are using is not more than 5 years. Okay, second part, Uyo Metropolis, the administrative and commercial center of Akwa Ibom State, has experienced a marked rise in waste generation in recent years. That one is true because the researcher has seen it is a problem, accompanied by recurring problems of inadequate collection coverage. Absolutely, because if you look around, you go to Utibe market, you go to some market area, you see indiscriminate disposal, and this is, legacy open dump sites that pose environmental and public health risk. This says it was by Bassi et al. So let us go back to where we found that and confirm whether Bassi et al. is related to waste management. You get the point? So I can see Bassi, characteristics of management of municipal. So this already shows me that this work is related. So I open up that link, and you see National Library of Medicine. Fine. Odwak Bassi, and so we copy this link, the DOI, which is very important. If you copy the DOI, you say how you cite the work. Let's look at where we copy and what we copy. Copy link address and come back to my bib and add new. This time around, I think it's a journal because journals will have DOI. So we paste it. Let's see whether it's valid. Come on, it comes up. Can you imagine that? And it's very credible, right? So he's talking about characteristics and management of municipal solid waste in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. And what we were talking about here too was also in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. And who said it? Bassi et al. So because Bassi et al. Is here and it's already in position, and this is also it, let us position them. Can you imagine? Everything is there, and the journal is Scientific Reports Journal, right? We save it. We already have it in our reference list in place. If you want to copy this link and put there, you see Bassi et al. 2024. So this one is correct. Do you understand the point? Are you seeing how we are progressing with having original work? Let's move further again and read to the end. The Akwa Ibom State, I will remove this there. and call it Akah Ibom State Environmental Protection and Waste Management Agency, ACSEP-WAMA, has been reconstituted and mandated to manage these challenges. So it is, somebody is trying to do something, you know, the state is doing something about it. So there's a problem, the state is doing something about it by reconstituting the agency. Okay, let's further look at it. And recent state action includes decommissioning of some ad hoc dump sites. So there were some dump sites that they had, and they want to remove it. And the stated construction of sanitary landfill. Nevertheless, academic studies and independent assessments continue to document groundwater contamination, pollutants emission, and occupational risk for waste workers in Akah Ibom State. Who is saying this? You know, if he says it's ACSEP-WAMA, he's saying something. Let us verify all these sources. So we can as well go back to our ChatGPT and see whether our second, no, not this one, not this one. So we check up this link and open it to see what we have there. So it's that same person that is talking about it. Are you seeing? So let us find out whether we find this information online in any way or something related to this. Where did it start? Nevertheless. Great. Copy. And okay, the first part is the board has been reconstituted. So let's find that. It's very important. Copy and paste. And we paste this here. Ctrl V. Okay, so where is the source of that information? That's the source that we are looking for. That is the source. ACSEP-WAMA was established, blah 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 blah. Okay, so we are reading to see. Okay, this is a new roadmap that was created. Okay. And so what specifically was said here? Protection of waste management agency has been reconstituted and mandated to manage these challenges. Okay, which is public health, and we talked about establishing clean-up clubs. These are the things that we were mandated to do. This is a new roadmap. Okay, so we take the link because that link contains the information. Copy, and we go to my bib. And we add, this time around is actually a website, so we drop the web content and search, and it is credible. Are you seeing? So who are we going to cite here? The author of this page is actually the website itself, which is ACSEP-WAMA. That's why we have this here. So we copy this and put here which year. It captured the year, which is 2018. So that's it, and we save. Look at it there. Absebwama 2018. So what was missing here was the year. Are you seeing? So we do this. Absebwama 2018. So are you following how we are getting this stuff to become original? This is actually the way. Now Basi is already there, you know, but Basi is actually Basi et al. So we add et al. Here. You see how AI leaves those information, and if you don't follow it, you are unethical. You won't be having the good results. Then USO 2025. Let us find out USO 2025 and what about USO 2025. Okay, we already have. Let's find this USO and see what the publication talks about. If it is not, if it doesn't talk about anything related, then we expunge it. And let's see who this author is, what he talks about, find his work. So we'll see AI gives you the information, basic information, and it is left for you to now use that basic information to achieve what you want. Let's go back. Also 2025. We are going back to Google to find what we need here. Also 2025. If I had my okay, so the internet here isn't picking that. So I believe that this is not relevant. So we take this particular one out and we stop at what we have. So having had that, you see, you have been able to consolidate this. Once again, let's verify if this is clean and it is not AI plagiarized. As a final move. I hope I'm making some good sense and you are liking what you're seeing. So you can go ahead and read this. Let me fix a few things. All right, so with this, we are going to be rounding up this exercise here because I think I've taken a lot of time explaining this to us. Okay? Yeah. So we check it again to ensure that what I've given to you is clean. And let's see what AI says. So, looking at it again, you can see that it is clean and human. So this part of the work is okay. I can highlight it green. I know I will move on from there. If you know you like this and you want me to come back again and do anything related to this, go ahead and drop a comment. So remember to always change your Microsoft to the language that is suitable for you. Okay? So I said this has been done. So, you know, we have other parts of the work. Now, for this, I will just quickly show you how you download your references and take it. With this, when you finish your work, you can, this one is not needed anymore, so remove this. Remember that we said this whole work, it has to be what? Has to be humanized, not AI. So this is humanized, and we remove all the AI linkages. Anything that will make it appear AI. Remember, Basi is Basi et al. And what else? Okay, this part of the work also brings me to a very serious concern. It says, empirical analysis conducted within the Uyo capital city development area have emphasized the importance of reliable characterization. Reliable characterization data for designing segregation, recycling, and waste to energy interventions that are technically and economically visible in the local context. Okay. So if we say empirical analysis conducted within this area, you should be able to tell us those a few of those empirical analyses. You know. It further says that recent research further highlights those informational, institutional, and infrastructural deficits rather than absence of policy alone. Okay. So let's see whether this guy is available now. If this guy is not available, fine. No, not this. Okay, this one is not available at the moment, so we've exhausted this thing for that. But I think if you open up and you have any difficulty, let me know. So that is it. We checked the overall AI, but I think here we need to find our citation for this point. So I'll just put it here that we have to cite. It means that we need to dig out the citation here. So what do I call it? I say cite. We'll have to cite, okay? And here too, cite. Get it? So cite. Okay, at this point I think we have nailed it, and we're going to leave it here so that you can practice the little ones I've given you. Remember that what we generated, we had problem statements, and if you want, you can as well do yours and check it up. And all this, we can find these citations as they are put in here. Okay? But remember, you see this BASI is actually BASI at all. You know, it's not just BASI. So if you just go and put only, if you don't verify it, you will not know. If you just put it like that, you wouldn't know. Okay, we will have some work by someone I know here, Mina 2015. So you find that those works are the works that are findable. If that work wasn't online, there's no way it would have referenced it. Okay. Okay, now let's further confirm what we have. You know, I'm just excited about what we have been able to achieve with this. So if I have 100%, I'm good. So there is no way this work will go to. So I've given you a 250 word background to the study that is humanly written, and if I were to do it without wasting time teaching you, I would have done this in less than 10 minutes.